Negative stigmas around video games have existed for quite some time, but today I want to take a different approach on video games. Can video games be beneficial to teenagers and everyone if used properly? Before we really get into how video games can positively impact someone's life, I want to talk about some common negative stereotypes associated with video games. The first being military training. Recently, the US military has used AR and video games to their advantage by training their soldiers with it. Unfortunately, military psychologist and moral reformer David Grossman argues that because the military uses these games, the teenagers who also use them are being taught to be aggressive in their everyday lives. Grossman would only be correct, though, if all video game players were not conscious of what they were learning and applied it to their everyday lives without thinking about it. Fortunately, most video game players have the ability to leave the world of fantasy behind when they stop playing the game. Another negative stereotype surrounding video games is that they are socially isolating. Growing up, I was the second youngest child on both sides of the family, and this was particularly difficult because everyone was always older than me. However, sitting in front of the TV playing Super Smash Bros. With my oldest cousin every weekend is what brought us together. Despite our age difference, we were able to connect because of a video game. So the whole stigma around video games being socially isolating is something I wholeheartedly don't believe in. I mean, of course, there are people who lock themselves in their rooms and play video games day in and day out, but that doesn't account for the general population. According to MIT professor Henry Jenkins, almost 60% of regular video game players play with their friends, 33% play with siblings, and 25% play with spouses or parents. Therefore, playing multiplayer video games can actually help us connect with each other. The most common and relevant stereotype today's generation of video game players face is the idea that violent video games influence aggressive behavior. To speak freely, I have played my fair share of violent video games, and without hesitation I can say that playing these games has not influenced aggressive behavior in my daily life. And joint research done by Dr. Ferguson from Stetson University and Dr. Markey from Villanova University proves just that. The research shows that if you were to enter any school in America, you would find that about 70% of male students play violent video games. Those who perpetrate acts of violence in schools are more than 3 times less likely to play violent video games than an average high school student. Furthermore, a 2001 U.S. Surgeon General's report stated that the strongest risk factors for school shootings were centered on mental stability and the quality of home life, not media exposure and violent video games. Certain video games can even help develop cognitive behavior. When you're playing a video game and you are immersed in gameplay, you're often multitasking within the game. For example, if you are playing online and you're playing on a team, you are probably communicating with them, you are also performing the required tasks, as well as adapting to the game as it progresses. A study performed by the National Academy of Sciences found that gamers who had previously played action video games were better at perceptual tasks such as pattern discrimination compared to those who did not actively play video games. Aside from action video games, there are plenty of strategic and role-playing games which require problem-solving skills and decision-making skills. In terms of the classroom, more and more research shows that utilizing video games helps increase attention. According to a survey by USA Today, 65% of students said they were bored at least once a day in the classroom. By using video games in the classroom, it becomes easier to maintain students' attention for longer. A 2013 metadata analysis by the American Psychological Association found that shooting games improved a player's capacity to think about objects in 3 dimensions just as well as academic courses that were designed to do the same. If popular opinion is right and video games do distract students from school, why not use what's distracting them to keep them engaged in the classroom? I mean, education and the way people learn has tremendously changed over the years, and I'm sure it will continue to change, so why not adapt to these changes? In the end, playing video games can not only help an individual relax, but it also serves as a means to escape the reality of everyday life.